Well, I'd love to kind of, as we're talking about your background and your expertise, move into a little bit more of a specific area that I think is really interesting and it's really prevalent in the market today. The topic, of course, is diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, DEIB, as we know it. It's a really big topic today, right? And it's been a big topic for a while, but it's such a tough concept and one that's difficult for teams to manage and really do well, I feel like, and implement well within the organization.
Yeah.
I'd love to kind of just pick your brain and hear from your perspective what you think organizations are doing well currently in this space and maybe where the opportunity areas are, what can be done better, like where are we missing the mark potentially?
Sure. So I want to start with where we are missing the mark. I think and this is just my opinion, y'all. I will always preface with this is not facts. This is just Shanae's opinion. I think that where we are missing the mark, where we want DEIB to be the thing, right? Because it's important that everybody feels like they have a fair chance at an opportunity, whether it's to improve their life financially, improve their life in terms of work-life flexibility, and setting their future family up for success. Where I think sometimes we go wrong as recruiters, as hiring leaders, as leaders in just different organizations as a whole is we can get stuck in trying to check the box versus actually looking at someone's skill set for their skill set to determine if they actually want to move forward with whoever that person is that they're reviewing. And so and part of that is because I've learned just from life in general that you connect with people naturally. You connect with people who look like you. That's a natural thing. And I think like Black folk connect with Black folk, white folk connect with white folk, women connect with women, Hispanic people. Like it's just if you grow up around people you look like, then you most likely will connect with people who look like you, which I don't think is anything wrong with that. But I think where we go wrong is, and this is all of our bias, where we go wrong is that we don't look outside the box enough for paper or somebody's skill set on paper versus what they look like. And because we connect naturally with people who look like us, we may either try to get somebody through who we connect with instead of actually looking at their skill set, or it may be the opposite. And so what I mean by that is there have been plenty times when I have a person who looks like me will come in my inbox and say, I don't think I'm being treated fairly. I just think they're checking the box. Or I don't think I'm giving a fair opportunity because of this, right? And that comes from a place of trauma. That comes from a place of they've been treated like that before. And so I think if we broaden our horizons and understand that everybody wants to win. Everybody want to be a millionaire. Everybody. Who wants to be a millionaire? Everybody, right? Everybody wants to be a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, and whatever comes after that. I feel like if we take away the competitiveness of either trying to get a job or trying to be seen and just give everybody a fair opportunity to be seen, then I think it'll take away what we are actually missing. So what I did at TIP before I became a full-time recruiter, they did a training session on unconscious bias. And it was my first time actually sitting in a training session, and they did an activity with us where they put up a resume and they erased the person's name and they erased where they lived. And so that way we can only look at their skill set, because when the eye sees a person's name, we automatically, our brain goes, well, what do they look like? Where are they from? Because if you see a name that is naturally or looks like a Hispanic last name, then you associate that with that person must be Hispanic. Or that this person must be Black because they are from this place when you see their location. Or this person may be this because, like, literally,
right,
like the way the trainer broke it down, I was just like, man, like I had to check some of my biases as well. And so I think that's where we missed the mark. We needed a little bit more training on really seeing skill set versus the actual person and character. Of course, character should be included, but I do think skill set should be number one. The last thing I think where we're missing the mark is there are certain industries that are male dominated. There are certain industries that now women are trying to get more into those male dominated type of areas. And so I think if we broaden our minds to understand that everybody has the ability to do certain things that everybody else can do, I think that we, again, will win if we just broaden our horizons. So that's where I think we're missing the mark.